Hey y'all, I have had some great reminders of God's goodness lately, and I just want to share them with you really quickly. I was talking to my old intern yesterday. Her name is Samantha, and she is absolutely amazing. And somewhere in the conversation, we started talking about the book of Joshua. She just finished reading the book, and like I said in my last post, I'm reading through the Bible again this year, and I read through Joshua a few weeks ago. Our conversation about Joshua reminded me of how good God is. So, in the beginning of the book, Moses had just passed away, and Joshua is now stepping into leading Israel into the promised land. After he sends out two spies to scope out Jericho, they return, and then Joshua commands Israel to go ahead and move forward into the promised land. So the Levite priests lead the way by carrying the Ark of the Covenant in front of all of Israel. But it seems like every time Israel is ready to move closer to getting where God has called them to go, they run into an obstacle. And it seems like quite a few of these obstacles have something in common. Water. Israel runs into a body of water again. When God brought them out of slavery, they ran into the Red Sea. Now that God is leading them to the promised land, they have to get across the Jordan River. I can totally relate to Israel at this point. There have been plenty of times where I know that God is moving and directing me into what He has called me to do or where He has called me to be. And as I'm moving forward, an obstacle jumps in my way. And to be completely honest, I get discouraged when that happens. I don't like these obstacles. I just kind of wish that things were always smooth sailing for me. But here's the thing. At some point in our lives, we have to remember that God provides a way around, over, and through these obstacles every single time. See, Israel had come upon a body of water before when they were leaving Egypt, remember? So when they saw a body of water that they had to cross this time, they remembered that the sea split open in the past. They remembered that they walked across dry land. So at this new body of water, they probably weren't all that afraid because they remembered the great things God had done in the past. This body of water, this obstacle, this inconvenience was in front of them, was just another way for them to see the greater things that God was going to do for them in the present and in the future. This time was a little different though. When they were at the Red Sea, the water split open before they walked through. This time at the Jordan River, the water didn't split open until they took a step into it. At first, I wondered why God just didn't split the water open the same way that He did before. And then it hit me. When God delivers us through one obstacle, that experience with the Lord should increase our faith and our trust in Him, which means when another obstacle comes up again in our lives, we are able to continue moving forward because just like God brought us through in the past, we have a greater faith that He will bring us through in the present. We don't need to stop and wonder if He's going to do it. We know that He will. He will do it. And this time He will do an even greater work. The last thing that I noticed is that each time they overcame an obstacle through God, He changed their name. When Israel was in Egypt, they were slaves. When God split the Red Sea and they crossed over on dry land, God referred to them as a people. This time, after Israel crossed the Jordan River, God referred to them as a nation. This was a part of a promise that God made way back in the book of Genesis. Israel went from slaves to a people to a nation. God changed their name, He changed their role, and He changed their status. Times are tough right now. To say that is honestly an understatement. But I keep being reminded of Israel and also of the song lyrics that say, "We remember all the great things you have done. We believe that greater things are still to come." And that's the hope that I'm holding on to during this time. God has brought us through the Red Seas of our lives. He split open that sea, and we have been able to walk across dry land. Maybe you feel like you're standing at your Jordan River. Maybe you're discouraged. I know I've been. Maybe you feel hopeless. I just want to encourage you that if God brought you through an obstacle or a hardship before, He can bring you through it again. But remember, this time your faith should be increased. So move forward, take that step, watch the water split, and when you cross over, look forward to the new things that God has in store. If you were encouraged from this post, drop a thumbs up in the comment section. And if you have any questions, if you just want to chat or share your story, or if you want to encourage me in some way, feel free to hit me up in my DMs. Don't forget to share this video with your family and your friends, and I will see you later.